Today I'm in High River, Alberta, and behind me is the very first completed seed home. These things unfold from 10 feet wide to what you're looking at, which is 27 feet wide. And something people have been asking for on the channel is to sit down with people who actually live in these homes. So that's exactly what I'm going to do today. I'm going to find out why they decided on this home, what they like about it, and maybe even a few things they would change. If you haven't heard of Seed Homes, they are a brand new prefab home company that just took possession of a new factory 4 weeks ago. So if you're wondering, well, if they just got possession of the new factory, how are we looking at this home? Well, they've actually got another factory from a different business, and that's where they built the prototype, which is what we're looking at here today down in High River. What first got my attention about Seed Homes was the fact that it unfolds, and that was enough for me to come out here and find out more about what they're all about. So let's go inside and we can sit down with the customers who are living in the home, get their thoughts. I'm here with Russell and Heather. They're the owners of the first ever Seed Home. People have been asking for something like this where I actually talk to people living in a home for a long time. So first of all, thank you for being open to it and opening up your home so we could have a look around. My first question, I guess, is how did you land on a seed home?
We had sold a large house in Okotoks and needed to figure out where we were going to go. That day, Stephen Morgan did a video from a trade show talking about the concept of a seed home, which we both heard independent of each other. And at the same time, we drove by this empty lot in downtown High River and we went, wait a minute, that sounds like it would be really great. We were at Seed Homes the following day and started the conversation.
So I was up there yesterday and looked at one that was almost done. It's basically a frame. I guess I shouldn't say almost done. So you were working off drawings, and it's basically a leap of faith taking the first home. How does your expectations live up to your reality, I guess?
So I did all the design because they didn't have any pre-drawn plans or anything at the time that we started our process. So I did the design for this home, and I'm pretty good at visualizing. So I would visualize walking in the front door. What does it look over here? What does it look over there? And we're pretty happy with the results.
You are? Okay,
yeah,
that was going to be my next question.
Yeah.
How long have you been living in it now?
Since December 30th, so
Okay.
about, what is that, 4 months, 5 months?
What do you like the most about it?
I love the light.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's sliding glass doors on, is there one on each side?
Yeah, and we did that for airflow,
Okay.
so that we could have less reliance on any air conditioners or anything like that. So we would just open the doors when it's nice out, have cross breeze.
Okay, cool. Now, I was saying to Russell, like, you guys are the perfect candidates to have this, that they can kind of use as a show home, because the touches that you've added and the art pieces that you've got throughout, I feel like kind of take it to another level. So if you could touch on like what maybe came standard and what are the things that you guys kind of personalized for your home?
We added the bamboo wall feature walls.
Okay.
In both sides of the house. We also upgraded all of our appliances and added the island for the kitchen, which was a real big bonus.
That is
to
nice.
add the island.
Yeah.
Makes it quite a usable, working friendly kitchen.
For sure.
I think the other important thing is Heather sourced out the pendant lights that give the home its personality in a way.
Definitely.
And then connect the eye to the feature wall, which connects to the cabinetry, which connects to the floor. So when you walk in, there's this feeling that we've watched people react to it.
Yeah.
And it's really quite remarkable. It just aesthetically brings everything together.
What was it like going through the entire process? Was it stressful? Was there anything, that was easier or harder than you were expecting?
It was harder than we've expected because we've never built a house before.
Okay.
Everybody we've talked to who has built a house, there's always some kind of issue or delay or something that pops up unexpectedly.
Yeah.
And so we had several of those, specifically with timelines.
Okay.
We ran into an issue with our land, nothing to do with seed homes, but we found out it wasn't serviced.
Okay.
So that delayed us by 3 months. And at that point, we were out of our old house and we didn't have a place to stay. So we were house hopping. We moved, 7 or 8 times in the period of 6 months.
Wow.
And until finally this was ready in December, and then we jumped in and we're so happy.
Yeah, I think that the comment that I've made multiple times is that as the first customer of Seed Homes, the relationship never felt transactional.
Okay.
It felt like a partnership relationship. And at times there were words shared. Stephen will tell you that, you know, when the completion of the build of the house happened right when the freeze up happened,
Okay.
well, certain things couldn't happen because it was too cold,
Yeah.
which caused heating issues, and which was very upsetting. So there were times, but we had that healthy relationship that when there were challenges, we were able to express those in a respectful
And the
manner.
team came out immediately to
Okay.
to
Yeah.
remedy those challenges.
Good.
Yeah, so it's really felt like a collaboration. We embrace the fact this is a prototype. This is the first of its kind.
Yeah.
And what's really cool about that, Heather has her stamp on the design of it.
Yeah.
And that's completely unique. And it will have a ripple effect, I think, especially the folks that have come here from other parts of Canada that see it as a potential solution to their housing challenges. It was a lot of Heather's design work that they really reacted to. In addition to the philosophical concept that Seed Homes had right from the very beginning of using sustainable materials, looking a little bit further along so that the house is going to have a longer life than a traditional build.
So how was that going from a larger house to a small, you were saying this is just about 1,150 square feet. What was that like?
Well, I had a stress meltdown in the days when we first moved in because the second building was far from being ready. Then we moved in, and what I realize now is we've got more than enough space.
I'm curious, like, what is each of your favorite space in the house?
That's a great question.
I spend a lot of time in my office
Okay.
because that's my place.
Yeah.
Nobody else really goes in there.
Yeah.
But I also like sitting on the couch in the east side of the house
Okay.
in the morning with my beverage in the morning and just have some quiet time with the dogs and absorb the sunlight through the window. I really love that.
Cool.
I would say the same thing, but I'll do a different answer. I love the kitchen. It's really functional for preparing a meal, even when there's two of us. We didn't know that looking at a design on paper. The answer to that question changes throughout the day. It really does. It depends.
Yeah.
Certain times of the day I like sitting in this room when there's indirect light and it's soft. We use the other space, the living space, for our TV area. Our downtime in the evening, it feels very like home. And then the art was the very last thing that went on, and when the combination of all that turned a house into home.
It does. And I want to ask about that. Like, there's art hung all throughout the home, and most of it's yours. So, or both yours. You guys are both artists, is that right?
Yeah.
So I'm guessing people are going to see it and have questions. Like, if they wanted to find out more about what you guys do, what would be a good place for them to do that?
Our website is birdsongstudios.ca.
Okay.
And that's the best place to go. Even to contact us, you can just send a contact form.
Okay.
For Instagram, it's Heather Thomas Art and Russell Thomas Art.
We're so excited about the second building, the Birdsong Studio building, which is almost complete, will allow us again to have a place where people can come to and experience it in person. And we love having experiences with people creatively. And so the second building will have what we call the Bird's Nest, a small micro Airbnb suite.
Nice.
So theoretically, you can be an artist, come stay in the Airbnb suite, the Bird's Nest, and then have use of the studio.
Cool. Very cool. I want to thank you again for letting me come through and opening up the home and just sharing your experience, because like I say, people have been asking for me to talk to someone that's actually living in a home, and I'm like, well, that's easier said than done. So thank you very much. I think people will enjoy this side of it.
No problem. It's our pleasure to show the home off. We're very proud of it and the work that's been done and the Seed Homes concept. And
Okay.
You're welcome anytime.
All right. Thank you. Big thank you to Russell and Heather for opening up their home so we could have a look around. Hope you enjoyed the interview. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next